My name is Seoul. I'm from Seoul, Korea. I've been in Malaysia a little longer than 4.5 years. Yeah, actually, I've been before I came to Malaysia, I've been in Australia for 11 years. Yeah, and also luckily, my uncle has been in Malaysia for longer than 30 years in Malaysia, Singapore. So my uncle asked me, why don't you come to Malaysia for your business? Yes, Malaysia was one of my candidate country for business, but I thought Malaysia has many advantages for international businessmen because Malaysia can be connected to other countries like Thailand, Indonesia, and Singapore, something like that. And also, Malaysia is very multicultural country, so I think Malaysia people has no bias to all other cultures. Yep, actually that was true. Yeah, when after I came to Malaysia, I could feel Malaysia people are very open-minded. I want to introduce cheap and good Korean food because when people think about Korean food, they normally think like barbecue on table with the free side dishes and expensive price. But I really want to break down this kind of very typical thought. Many complaints from other Korean restaurant owners because they think it's too cheap. But I really want to introduce cheap and good Korean food. And also I see many, because Malaysia is a Muslim country, but many Muslim people cannot go in a Korean restaurant because they sell pork. But for me, also I wanna introduce my country food, the Korean food, to Muslim people as well. Our restaurant main dish is fried chicken. Of course, many people get surprised in Korea. KFC or McDonald's is not popular. All the other different fried chicken brand is very popular. Also in Malaysia now become popular. But in my individual opinion, I really suggest my kimchi stew and beef bulgogi because all these recipes from my mom. This is maybe can be different from other Korean restaurants because this is homemade style. I have to say fried chicken is good. Yeah, of course fried chicken is good, but personally I really suggest to try kimchi stew and beef bulgogi. Actually, Korea is not really, there are not really many Muslim people. So all sauces from Korea or other ingredients can be non-halal. So I always try to localize my sauce and everything. And my sauce also mixed with a local sauce, for example, like curry, because curry can make the chicken taste better. So all butter I use for fried chicken and all sauces for kimchi or beef bulgogi, whatever, I use my own recipe with a local sauce. Actually, many people ask me why Kor.B means and why Kor.B stands for. At the first time, everybody knows in the world Korea is very famous for barbecue. And also, when I opened the first Kor.B restaurant in Malaysia, I was with my cousin brother. So there are so many meanings, and also I just foresee my future can be anything. The B stand for anything in the future. Actually, this at the first time this one very simple Korean barbecue, but Korean barbecue is very general word, so I make it be special and also very easy to call by people. If other Korean restaurant owners see this, maybe I'm really sorry about that. Okay, normally they use factory-made kimchi because it's cheaper than we make. They buy from Korean market and just cut and serve to the customer. But we make ourselves with our own recipe. Actually, my my auntie in Johor is very famous for kimchi. So I received the recipe from my auntie and I make exactly same as my auntie's kimchi. Okay, I proudly say I make by myself, but yeah, there's the difference.